So we're going to start recording for this session. That's the September the 10th session for the course called ELT 125, section 1. I'm receiving some feedback in the chat box. Exactly, Bastian, I cannot hear you. Let me try to fix this issue. Okay. Can anyone say something to see if I'm trying to test my speakers?
Hello, teacher.
Hello?
Hello. Spain is the best country.
Cannot hear you. Let's try again. So you're listening to what I'm saying. You are speaking. You can hear each other, but I cannot hear you. Interesting. Let's see if I can fix this again. Yeah. Okay, microphone. Okay, I'm trying again. So if you if you don't mind, I'm going to yeah, it could be the microphone, but I'm not going to be using this. Let's see if I can hear you. So if you are talking, I cannot hear anything at all. Do you mind if I hang up, right? And then I call you again and see if I can fix this thing. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
I'll try that. Not to be trying to fix this while we are carrying out with the class. So I'm going to hang up now and see if I can fix it. All right. Thank you for your patience. All right. Let's see if the problem was fixed. I'm waiting for some feedback from you guys. I restarted the program and I tried the microphone with a recorder, with a voice recorder. Is any one of you saying?
Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Thank you, Bastian and Diego. Diego Troncoso, Bastian. Thank you for your yeah.
Good morning, teacher.
Morning, Gaspar. How's it going?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Pretty well. I was a little bit concerned about the microphone issue, but it was easier to solve than what I thought. Just restarting the program and then trying the microphone with a different program, like a voice recorder that's incorporated in the laptop. So thank you for what's a good morning song, Bastian?
No, I only said good morning, good morning, good morning. So it's like a song, but with good morning.
Right, you made me go back in time to primary school when I learned the good morning, how are you this morning? Good morning, how are you today? That's a song I was taught when I was a child at the beginning of the class with the English teacher. And when I saw that comment that you posted in the chat box, it made me go back in time when I was like probably 6 or 7 years old.
It's a
Long,
good song to
yeah,
start the day.
it's quite happy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a happy-go-lucky song that you learn when you are a child with no stress, no concern, and no responsibilities whatsoever.
The
So
good old days.
good old days when the grass was greener. Um, guys, what do you remember from the previous session? Is anything? Some of you may have been there, some of you may have not. So I want to have that feeling about what's missing, how we can connect this session with the previous one. Is there anything you remember that we did in general terms? I'm not asking for anything specific.
I remember the stress of each word.
Stress.
Stress. All
You
right.
see the loudness, pitch, and length too.
Okay. All right. So for Bastian and Angeles, stress was a very key element. For Diego, loudness, length, and the pitch. Exactly. I'm not sure if I'm sharing this PowerPoint, and I'm going to go to the slide. Okay, so stress right here, which is interesting that several authors refer to it as a perception. And a perception is it's something that is subjective, right? I mean, it's not very concrete, or if it is concrete, it's not like a scientific a fact. It's a perception. So, but we all perceive, for example, in the word prominent, which is the stressed syllable. I think you all perceive in prominent that the last syllable, is not the stressed one, right? And probably you agree.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly. So which is the first? Sorry, which is the stressed syllable?
The first one?
The first one, right? Prominent. And does anyone disagree with that? So we all share the same perception that syllable is more prominent, and the elements that make it strong is because it's louder than the rest, right? At least prominent. The first one is louder. The first one, I think, is longer as well. Prominent, right? And I have to make a bigger effort as a speaker, right? When I'm saying prominent, because more airflow is involved in making this syllable louder. So it's easy to have to share the same perception that the stressed or the most prominent syllable is the one that receives or combines all these three elements: loudness, pitch, and length. So you remember these aspects: loudness, pitch, and length. And do you remember anything about the structure of a syllable, or if you look at the syllable, how you can analyze this syllable from the point of view of its structure, the components. The answer is not here in the slide, but the answer is
Onset and coda, there's not.
exactly. Excellent. Onset, coda, and nucleus. Exactly. Excellent. Excellent. So those are the components of a syllable, and a syllable can be a combination of a consonant sound, a vowel sound, and a consonant sound, as in the first example, and the second one. Or there's something, sorry, I didn't fix this. I have to fix it. A combination of vocal consonant, a cluster. This is a cluster of consonants, or a consonant cluster, a vowel and a consonant, and then a vowel and a consonant, and then a consonant and a vowel. So the combination of these two elements can be very, very interesting, because sometimes you can have a cluster of consonants as the onset of the word, or you might have several consonants, consonant sounds, 2, 3 as the coda, right? Or sometimes you can have 0 onset or 0 coda. I'm thinking about words like, for example, the word or the preposition at. At has 0 onset, because we have only the nucleus, right, or peak, and we have the coda. So no onset or 0 onset. Sometimes it's also possible. And the same thing when you say, for example, no. In the word no, sorry about that. Okay, in the word no, we have the onset, right? And we have the nucleus or peak, but we do not have any coda. So we have no coda or 0 coda. So in a composition, the composition of syllables can be very variable, and but the point very important to remember, or the aspect to always remember, is that the nucleus is always going to be a vowel, and that the nucleus peak, right, or in this case or vowel sound needs to be present all the time, and the other components are optional. Optional in the sense that they can go or not depending on the type of syllable. So my question is, do you think that you can identify, let me see if I can share this, because I know I have the word file open. Yes, so I'm going to share a Word file through the chat box, right? And this contains several words. I'm going to load from my computer. Just a second. It takes a while when you're sharing it through the chat room, but when you share it, when it's open in your desktop, it doesn't take a. Okay, right here. Okay, so now I'm going to share it, and it contains, there it goes, yeah, there it goes, and it looks like this. So this file is in your, okay, it's in the chat box, right? I know there are a lot of words, but I think you're going to go quite quickly with this one. So what I expect from you, as or what the instructions are, is that you need to count the number of syllables. So, for example, accessible, How many syllables do you think there are in accessible? What do you think? Accessible.
4. For me, it's 4.
4. Okay. All of you, do all of you agree? Accessible? 4, yes, Gaspar? Okay. Accessible has 4, exactly. 4 syllables. Now, which one is the most prominent syllable? Which is the stressed syllable? Which syllable carries the primary stress? The first? So what do you think? The first, the second, the third, or the fourth syllable?
The second syllable?
Perfect.
The second
Exactly.
one.
The second one, exactly. So we can make two things. We can highlight this, okay, or we can make it bigger. Okay, so this is what I want you to do with this exercise. The idea is that you count the syllables first, and then you highlight or enlarge or do something to identify the syllable which is the most prominent, or the one which is the stressed syllable. Okay, so this is a practical exercise. How long do you think it might take you to work with this exercise? I was thinking about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 10. I don't know. What do you think?
15 minutes. I think it's kind of long. So yeah.
Okay, so shall we leave it like 50 minutes? And after 50 minutes, we start reviewing the answers. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So it's 8:55. So at 9:10, we interrupt the exercise and we start reviewing the answers. Okay. If you have questions, I'm going to be connected or logged in. So feel free to ask questions if you have any. All right, let's take a look if you are able to identify the number of syllables and if you're able to identify the stressed syllable. And then we're going to share if we agree on the same perception. Okay, remember that stress is basically a perception of the listener. Okay, guys, so start working in your task and then we're going to review the answers, all right?
All right.
Okay, we're going to start reviewing the exercise, but this time I'm going to assign one of you. In this case, Bastian Alvial to be in charge.
Okay.
So, Bastian, you're going to be in charge. You're going to be telling which student is going to deal with which word. All right. Basically, the analysis goes like. This word is a 4-syllable word or a 3-syllable word, or the word has 2 syllables, 3 syllables, 4 syllables, and the stressed syllable is the first one, the second one, the third one, etc., etc. All right. So each student will explain and analyze one word. All right, Mister, you are in charge now. All right. Thank you.
Okay, but classmate Bruno, can you share the exercise? Lord.
Sure. Give me a second. Now you can open it from the chat box, and you can share it as well.
But I am a lazy teacher. Lord. Yes, I can see it, but I think it's better if you share, or of someone share, someone in the class can share it, because I am on the phone and it's more difficult.
Do you need someone to share the
The exercise, yes.
Yeah, I can do it if you want to. I can help you
Okay.
with that.
Thank you, dear classmate.
Okay. There is.
Okay. Because you helped me, you can do the second. What is your analyze about the second word accomplish?
Well, for me, I found that accomplish has 3 syllables. Three syllables because there is a, come, and then place. We are three three syllables, and I think the most prominent syllable I think is come, if I recall correctly. But yeah, but I am not 100% sure.
Okay, I agree with you, but uh, we will see later when the teacher explains us. Now, um, mm, Sebastián Camaño, if you are there,
Yes, I'm
you
here.
can do the third one. You can analyze the third one.
Accuracy, right? Accuracy?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I found that it has 4. Accuracy. 4. And the stress syllable would be cure. Accuracy. Accuracy.
Oh,
Or,
okay. Thank you.
but I'm not sure. I think it will be Raju, like the third one. But I think it could. It is between these two, but I think it's more curious. Cure.
Okay. Diego Troncoso, can you analyze the fourth?
Yes, I have doubts if this has 3 or 4, but I think that it has 4 syllables, and I think that the prominent is the second one. Or no, the first one, I think.
Okay. I myself we will do the fifth. I think I am not sure if that has 3 or 2 syllables, because I don't know if shua is like a diphthong or are 2 separate vowel sounds. And the most stress, I think, is ak, the first one. Now, please, Gaspar Aravena, can you analyze the sixth word, please?
No
Actual.
problem. The sixth word, number 6. It's actually.
How many syllables?
Number 4.
Okay. And the most stress for you?
Number 4, right?
Yes, but what is the most stress?
In the first part, actually. In the first part.
Okay. Thank you very much for your.
You're welcome.
Now, can Marieta Bueno analyze the seventh word? I think it's difficult, but I have to choose. Marieta, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Is the 7 is advances, and the stress in the third one is advances. Advances. The word has 4 syllables for me.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, Nicolas Duran, can you analyze the number 8?
Number 8.
Yes.
Ambitious. 4. It has 4 syllables.
Okay. And the most stress?
I think the most stress is the 4. The fourth. Ambitious.
Okay. Thank you for your support in this class. Now, let me see. Can someone who hasn't talked a volunteer to analyze the number 9?
Me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
The word is analogy. I think it has 4 syllables, and the more stress is the second one.
Yes, me too. I think so too. Now, Mr. Bruno, can you analyze the number 10? I want to know if you are paying attention to my class. Mr. Bruno, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm listening.
Yes, number 10, please.
You're doing quite well. So are you
Yes,
assigning me one?
Yes, the number 10.
I'm sorry, number
10.
number 10. The word is apologize. Apologize has 4 syllables, and the stressed one is the second one. Pa. Apologize.
Okay, thank you. No,
Thank you.
I saw a C, so the she or he who has the name with a C, if she or he want to do the number 11, she or he can. Or a volunteer in general. Yes, I think Camila Gonzalez is the C that I saw. So Camila Gonzalez, if you can talk, you can analyze the number 11.
Yes, number 11, right?
Yes.
The word is apologize. I think it has 4 syllables, and the stress one is the second. Apologize.
Okay, thank you. Another volunteer can be someone who has been speak before. Since this the 12, you can repeat, you can talk all.
Can I do the next one, because I got really I don't know if like the one you put is the right one, so I want to see.
Okay.
Okay, authorize has 3 syllables. Authorize. And those are the 3 syllables. And the most prominent syllable, I think, is the second, but I am not sure if it's the second.
Yes, I have had doubts in that too. I am thinking of though like the stress like you, but we will see later when the real teacher helped us make. Thank you
Oh,
for your cooperation again. You were the
no,
first, and you were the first to talk again.
no
Bastian,
problem.
Yes.
just a quick comment. Maybe a good strategy could be whenever you are pronouncing the word, or each one of you is pronouncing the word, you can clap or you can tap on the table, or you can snap your fingers. So, for example, in the word authorize, if you clap on the most prominent syllable, or you make it sound louder, authorize. Which do you think is the most prominent syllable of the 3 of them? The first one, second one, or the last one?
I think it's first one, authorize.
Authors, right? The first one. So that probably can clarify the doubt. Make it louder, or just say it, and at the same time clap, or do something like raise your hand or arm. Do something connected with the pronunciation. That can help as well. Sorry for the interruption, teacher.
At least, or my student Omar said that he had doubts, so he was proud, he was brave to talk even if he had doubts. So good for him. Now another volunteer to continue with the 13.
In authorize, I think that it has 3 syllables, and the prominent syllable is the first one, authorized.
Okay. Another volunteer for the 14.
Me? And the
Yes.
word the word is aware and has 2 syllables. In the stress in the second one, aware. Aware.
Uh, 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 wait a minute. If a volunteer wants to talk, let me do the 15 and you can do the 16. I think in the 15 is has 3 syllables, where and ness, and the most stress is where, the second. Now, if a volunteer wants to do the 16.
Bacteria has 4 syllables. In the more stress in the second one, bacteria. Bacteria.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I will choose a classmate because someone are very silent. So, Sebastián Camaño, can you do the 17, please? Sebastián, are
Excuse
you
me,
there?
you mean the 17, right? Bibliography.
Yes.
It has 4. Yes, bibliography, and I think it is the stressed one is in the second one, bibliography. That's what I think. Excuse me for being late. I was doing something.
Nothing happens. Thank you. I think you are right.
Sebastian, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Sebastian? Sorry. I'm sorry, not Sebastian. Bastian. I'm sorry for the interruption. I apologize, Sebastian, for. I really think you have done very well leading the class in this sense, and I would like to have someone else now in your role. So first, I'm going to ask for a volunteer to take over the role of what Sebastian was doing, right? And if no volunteers show up, I'm going to choose one. Okay. So thank you, Bastian, for this very effective role of being the instructor of the class. Thanks so much. So meanwhile, one of your classmates volunteers. Let's take a look at the doubts that you might have. Some of the words you marked as dubious, as you're not 100% sure. So which were the words that you remember you were not so clear about?
I have doubts with the number 17.
Okay, number 17.
How many syllables have that word?
How many did you agree with the bibliography? Did anyone say one specific number? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember someone said 4, maybe.
Okay, and do you agree with that?
I don't know.
And how
I
many
have
did
like
you? So, bibliography. Bibliography. So
it has 5.
it has 5 because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
B
Yeah,
yeah
typing.
yeah, exactly. The second one might confuse you because but it's not a diphthong. It's not ear, biblia. No, it's bibli or
Bibliography.
yeah.
And
That's
the
right.
O has the stress. Bibliography.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Thank
That's
you.
correct. Sure. Very, very good question because it might be confusing. We might think that it's the presence of a diphthong, but it's not a diphthong, and therefore, exactly is the oh, that would be the third syllable, the stressed one.
Thank you.
Teacher,
Alrighty.
teacher, I
Yes,
have a
Thomas.
question.
Sure.
The most prominent one is like the one that sounds louder than the other.
Exactly. It is prominent, the most prominent because it's louder, or it's louder because it's the most prominent. I mean, what's first, the egg or
Okay.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's the connection. And yeah, there are 3 characteristics: loudness, length, and pitch. So in general, these syllables which are perceived to be stressed or more salient, that's the other word instead of prominent, salient, SALIENT, salient. They are louder or longer, or sometimes they are longer and they have a higher pitch, or sometimes they have the 3 characteristics at the same time. But all listeners perceive that these are the ones that carry the stress, the most salient or prominent syllables. Exactly. Do you have any other doubt? Because I think we're going to.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Is there are more words? For example, if we have two like A, E, I, O, and U together, it's more probably that is a diphthong or two sounds different. Because that is the doubt that I have, that I don't know if that is a diphthong or not. Because I don't know the correct pronunciation of each word, so how we can know if it's a diphthong or not?
Well, I think if you don't know the correct pronunciation of a word, because English is not our native language, so of course there will always be words which we don't know the pronunciation of. It happens to everyone, to me, to you, to anyone whose language is not your first language. So then I guess we need to double check in an online dictionary or in an app to check the pronunciation. If you're not sure, we check the pronunciation. And for example, if you look at the words, I think they are 20, 29, 28 and 29, I think. 28 and 29, yes. Courageous and courteous. So you see, like sort of the same ending, courageous, courteous. So when you check out the pronunciation of the word courageous, and you find out that that's number 28, right? So if you see that the spelling goes like E-O-U, courageous, and you find out that all these combination of vowel sounds and the final s is basically a schwa and us. So it's like us, courageous. you may apply this pattern that you found to other words. So gorgeous, gorgeous. And to number 7, for example, I think it's number 7, advantages. And any other, 77, I think, precious. And number 50, hideous. And 49, so on and so forth. So if you don't know the pronunciation, that's fine. It's part of the process of learning. You learn the pronunciation and you see if the pattern of the word you can apply it for other words. Yes, sir.
Sorry for interrupt you, but if you don't know the pronunciation, you can search the word in Cambridge, in the page of the Cambridge.
Oh, that's a wonderful suggestion. Cambridge Online Dictionary will provide you. I totally agree with you. The American and the British pronunciation. And the point is that the more you get used to looking up the words in dictionaries, paperback dictionaries or online dictionaries, you will see that the same patterns repeat over and over again. So eventually you will have to look less because some of the rules repeat. I'm saying, for example, sometimes you have the same prefix, right? For words, for example, possible, impossible. And you find that the same prefix im is repeated, or ill, like legible, illegible, right? So you will see that that prefix is not stressed. Possible, you don't say impossible, you say impossible. So you see that some of the rules are going to be repeated, and that's part of the next part of the class. That we're going to see that some rules might be applied for learning general patterns of pronunciation. I think it's time for us to take a break, if you don't mind. Let's take a 10-minute break, and then after the break, we're going to see some general rules that can be applied. Now, they are not a recipe, or what we say in Spanish, no es una receta aplicable al 100% de las palabras. I'm not going to give you a recipe, but these rules are going to be quite useful to use whenever you find new words that you don't know the meaning, but at least you will be able to pronounce them when you are reading them aloud. So is it okay if we take a 10-minute break for you?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, no problem.
Alrighty, excellent. So I'll see you in 10 more minutes. Enjoy the break.
Okay,
See you later.
Thank you.